It's time to put your costume on and listen to the Longcast.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to the LongCon podcast. I'm Kevin, and I will soon be receiving some good written news.
That was the first time you did it right on the first try.
I know.
You've been practicing.
Yeah, read your thing.
I am reading it. Oh, out loud.
Yes.
Okay, I am Dale, and an unexpected windfall will be mine and other people's, because more than one yours.
I am Jenn, and I am wise to keep my eyes open wide at all times this week. Deal, are you going to kill me?
That was a shitty movie. Eyes open wide.
Eyes wide shut.
Whatever. Never mind, shut up.
You should have had the fortune cookie that said you will maybe read a movie title properly in the future.
Well, if I kill Jen, I gotta take care of you.
We don't know who this other person is. Let them introduce themselves.
Who cares?
I'm Nick, and I need to work on improving my exercise routine. Can we talk about?
You are like the Ethiopian of the group.
Can we talk about how my fortune cookie called me fat?
Hey, can we talk about how my fortune cookie called me gay?
No, seriously.
Several times?
No, seriously. That's like a woman's response. Oh, he called me fat. No, it just said you were weak. How about that?
He said I was weak and fat. And
oh my god.
Really not
and
going
these
to be
pants
eating
make
the
my
Iron
ass look
Man.
good. Oh, son of a bitch.
My fortune cookie picked me last for dodgeball.
Maybe that's the unexpected windfall. I get to hit Nick with balls.
Would you have preferred the treasures of the rainbow will soon belong to you?
That could have meant Lucky Charms.
You
Why do you have to go to? Why are you such a sexual being? Why can't you leave it alone?
I also had Lucky is coming your way.
Lucky Charms.
There was another instance last time we were at the Chinese restaurant where something else alluded to Kevin
being gay.
Yeah, being gay.
What was it?
I don't remember. I just remember there's like, why do Chinese restaurants think you're gay?
I don't know. Why do Chinese restaurants think you're fat?
Why didn't you tell me you were gay?
And it's probably because of Chinese restaurants.
Whoa. The circle of food.
That was horrible.
Our plate was circular.
Does that mean I'm in
It was oval.
relationship?
I don't know.
It was oval.
I'm a man.
No, you used to be a man.
Is Jen the dude?
Well,
I thought this was established.
Yeah.
She's definitely the dominant one in the relationship. Remember, he can't go to movies. He can't eat food. he has to ask to make sure he can stay out past 10. And he can't play video games without her.
Jen,
he can't buy video games without her.
Let's hear that story from Jen.
Which one?
From Jen, not both of us. You want me to just shut my mouth here?
Well, you can do caricatures.
Yeah, let's hear that.
Caricatures?
Yes.
What was it? 2 years ago for Christmas?
No, it was.
No,
I thought it was last Christmas.
Last Christmas?
Yeah.
Alright, so I come home.
I had never played Uncharted before, and I kept hearing good things about it.
Hey, I've never played Uncharted as well.
Uncharted 3 had just come out at the time, so I'm like, well, my birthday is 4 days before Christmas. I'll use my birthday money to go pick up Uncharted. So
for my birthday, I'm going to buy myself
like,
a gift that...
I get it, because it's like, this is my birthday present with all the money people gave me. So that's how I saw it. And that's what was going to go on. And so I picked it up, and I go home and I start playing it. And then Jen comes home.
I come home from work, and I see Kevin's playing a game. I'm like, great, I know exactly what this is. I go, hey, Kevin, what you playing? And you said?
Uncharted. I just picked it up with my birthday money.
No, that's correction. He said Uncharted 3.
Dale, you weren't there.
He said Uncharted 3.
No, I didn't.
He picked up the dual pack of 1 and 2.
I picked up 1, 2, and 3.
See,
so I walked over to our Christmas tree. I picked up his Christmas present and threw it at him. I said, happy birthday and Christmas! And you opened it. And what was it?
It was Uncharted.
So we went to the store. We went back to GameStop.
And she's like, tell him what you did. And I go to the cashier, I'm like, I did a bad thing. I bought my games early before Christmas. I should have waited. So now I'm returning them with shame.
And now
But not even a week before that, we had talked about you not buying things before Christmas.
But I have a receipt. That's a fantastic little vignette, and I never heard that story before.
Yeah, you did. You just told it to you like half hour ago at the
I never
Chinese
heard
restaurant.
it before today.
Oh, okay.
And maybe if Kevin texted it to me and used he
I
might have texted it and used one of those page breaks.
I like to. I'll break up my thoughts into like different. Like I'll put an enter in between them. So there's like cool, and then I hit enter twice, and then I start a new thought, kind of like a paragraph, which I do when I type on the internet too. And apparently Nick just sees cool. He's like, all right, well, that was a boring waste of time.
My phone only shows the top, like It's not big enough to show the.
Pro tip: there's probably a scroll bar on the side. Always look at that thing. Oh, there's more.
I like Bly. I hate when Bly texts me. I should say because he texts me like 4 messages at once. So I think 4 people texted me.
Right.
No, it just turns out to be
Feels
Bly.
like jackpot. Oh wait, I'm just
Bly only likes me.
Why should I have to do work to read text messages? Just write it all at once.
Right, next time I'll be sure not to put any spaces in it.
Or punctuation.
I'll lowercase and I'll try to misspell as many words as possible.
And you know what? He'll probably
It'll be a fun puzzle. Yeah, no, but based on my current track record,
I think my puzzles are far more fun than your puzzles.
Well, I don't know. You got cookies with the last puzzle I sent you on a text message.
Do
you want to tell that story?
That wasn't a puzzle. That was a question.
Are you sure we didn't talk about that already?
I don't
Not
know.
on the podcast.
Oh, okay.
So basically, I was at work and I was listening to the Lord of the Rings soundtrack, or it came up, and it was the Bridge of Khazad-dûm, which is the da 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 etc.
Lord of the Rings music.
So I'm like, well, whatever. I was bored, so I texted Nick a series of doot-to-doot-to-doots that No, that's how it went. It was doot to the Bridge of Khazad-dûm, and I sent it to him. And I said, I will bake you a batch of cookies if you guess that. And immediately he texted back, Bridge of Khazad-dûm, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
And I was like...
I was sitting in a...
I was so dumbfounded that he actually guessed
I thought you
it.
posted that on Facebook.
No, it was 100% texted to me.
Okay.
I was sitting in a pizza restaurant in West Bend, and I checked it, and I read it, and it was like... Lord of the Rings. So I
baked. That was one of the best batches of cookies I've ever made.
20 something.
Yeah, and you gave I think we were at David's house. You gave one to me and
John and Jenn and
it's the
whoever was in the house.
Yeah, and he ate every other cookie.
Yeah, I ate them all.
And he had like one of the worst stomach aches. I'm like, Nick, you shouldn't have eaten all those cookies.
No.
It's like, no, dude, I earned that stomach ache.
I would have brought them.
You ate like 17 cookies in one sitting.
Yeah, I would have brought them, and other people would have eaten them, and I wouldn't have got them. I earned them. I guess I'll never win a contest like that ever again in the rest of my life.
Well, I don't know. Maybe if it's in a Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, with your guessing habits from my last update, then you'll never get it.
I'm never gonna.
I don't know how you couldn't have gotten that.
Because it was like not real
I
words.
gave like 3 hints.
It was like, there is the opposite of promotion, of conmotion, and then people were like, oh, you got a promotion. I was like, this is a bunch of nouns and verbs.
I said, what if you
For the longest time,
I
thought Dale was taking a locomotive to to California. Oh, congratulations on your train trip, Dale. What? Train trip? Yeah, locomotion.
45 miles an hour.
I said, if you were for motion, what would you be? What would it be if you were for emotion?
Yeah, but like that.
And then I said and then the other hint was an opposite of a con motion.
Abortion.
I know that, but it's like those aren't things that you say. That's not what people.
I just said them, didn't I?
Nick wants
I'm
real
gonna go
speak.
with abortion, and maybe you should.
Ooh, hot topic.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about that on here.
I think we should delve deeply into it.
No,
I will beat you with
I
those
just like to
Hulk
let you all
hands.
know that Dale's pregnant.
He is.
You
And
have to feel
I've
his
been.
bald spot. Feel the little tiny baby that's growing there.
I'm gonna shave your
That
head
little-
like mine.
that little baby's gonna like jump out like an alien and like run around the ship.
Tentacle.
Then it's gonna
No,
eat
it
us
is.
one by one. I mean, since you're the girl, you're the closest to
Wait,
Ripley.
Here comes my windfall.
I gotta keep my eyes wide open.
Dale, we'll put that on your tombstone. Here comes my windfall.
Well, when I run away from Mutant Monster Dale, my exercise will have a face.
And I don't think yours ties into any of us. You're just screwed.
You will soon be receiving some good written news.
I'm gonna Jen's dead.
No,
Nick's
Dale.
in shape, and I'm coming for you.
I'm gonna be reading that good written news, and then I'm gonna get killed.
Maybe it's because I got the Fitbit, so that sort of tells me.
The what?
The Fitbit, it's like a pedometer. I did almost 12,000 steps today, and it recommends that you do 10,000 per day.
12,000 today?
Don't do. We're doing a creepy thing because we're talking about this on the Rooster Teeth podcast.
Yeah, I do.
We're crossing podcasts.
I bought one because of them talking it.
Can I see that?
Yeah, sure.
12,000. You work about 8 hours.
Yeah, I walk around all day when I work.
Oh, look, if I shake it.
It tells you how many miles. If you keep pushing the
If I
button.
shake it, does it work?
It doesn't. No, it's actually they work really good. Like I've tested it.
Probably shifts with your
You've
electrical
gone 4
field.
miles.
My mom
with
gave
the
me one.
stairs.
My mom gave me one.
It
Four
tells
flights
you
of
how many
stairs.
flights of stairs you do. It tells you how many miles you go. It tells you. You can.
That looks like a creepy
syncs
face.
it. It syncs it all online. to your Fitbit
5.2
profile,
miles.
and then you can go against like other people and like there's leaderboards and stuff.
So what
And
are you like? Hey, you want to battle my Pokemon?
Yeah, basically.
Pokedometer.
I got an achievement.
You like throw it at the other person.
Yeah, it gives you achievements for like daily bests, and it gives you achievements for like lifetime goals and stuff.
Just want to let you know you've burned 3,499 calories.
Okay, that
just
makes
ate that
even
back.
less sense.
Yeah,
I'm figuring this out. That's bullshit.
I'm
Look
pretty
how
sure
there's a
it
flower.
knows what's going on.
Apparently you're
I'm
moving.
pretty sure you didn't reset it each day.
I'm pretty sure it resets at midnight, and I know how it works because I've had it for like 3 months.
It's still wrong.
This is the first time I've heard about that. It's crazy. So how many footsteps are you supposed to do?
10,000 per day. That's the recommended.
He basically, in the 8 hours he worked, he would have to do 25 steps in a second. Or in a minute.
That's probably.
He's like a hummingbird.
Yeah. His heart's beating at 200 beats per second.
I think there's probably some
only does
issues
100?
with your math here.
25
10,000,
steps per minute.
Except if I hold it and I walk, I can see it doing ticks, and if I shake it around, it doesn't do them. So I'm pretty sure it works, Dale. It starts out in the morning, it doesn't have any, and by the end of the day, I check it every couple hours.
Pixar didn't happen.
Well, it stinks. What if you work like the night shift? You gotta record it halfway through your shift.
Yeah, I guess
Doesn't
if you
mean
do that, it might. But I don't work the night shift.
Well, good for you.
Yeah, he just rolls
overachiever.
over. I lost my score. I gotta start all over again.
Sucks to be you people.
It records it in the whole day.
Just had a 12 hours.
Even if you work in the night shift, it would do the weekly hours.
Maybe he wears it while he's sleeping, and if he's tossing and turning, it counts.
You
as
Well, then
do
he
steps.
would know
it
if he,
has
like,
a setting for
sleepwalk.
when you go to sleep, and it tells you how much you wake up. And
How many-
stuff.
What if you
How
had
many
like
fits
10,000
you
steps
had?
when you woke up? Where did
Oh!
it go?
That's what I was thinking. Because if you look at once you set it for sleep mode, and then you sync it to the computer, and it tells you like if you get really restless a lot because you wear it in a band around your wrist.
Okay.
And I was like, what if you're checking it, and then it says you were awake for like between like 1 a.m. and 4 a.m. and you wake up covered in blood. Like, oh god!
What did you do? And little do you know
Why
that
wouldn't
thing is
you-
telling you to
Why
do
wouldn't
Oh,
you just
I'm wise
take
to
it
keep
off?
my eyes wide open this week,
Yeah,
Nick.
see?
Why wouldn't you just take it off if you're going to sleep?
Why wouldn't then you wouldn't be able to monitor how well you sleep? You can take it off. It has a
Just
sleep
a
setting.
Are you rested when you wake up?
Sometimes.
You know what's funny?
Are you-
It's like
Sometimes is mostly or less than 50%.
it's like Nick DRM. It's always got to be connected.
Yeah, it is always connected.
It's always watching.
Yeah, and
Right.
only 3 of you can use me in one day.
You want to rephrase that at all?
Oh.
That's how I
Your parents are gonna like cut everybody else off.
Yeah, and you can only talk to me for a little while per day.
But here's the thing, though, is we're stuck with him because no one's going to want to buy him.
I was
Because then
gonna
he'll be used and no one else can use him.
And I have my iPad and I'm recording you at all times. So I hear everything.
We're recording ourselves right now.
I know, it's a double rainbow all the way across the sky.
What does it mean?
I
Starting to
mean,
go
stop
through
taking
the
shrooms.
It does, but I won't stop taking them.
Right.
Alright, I just got an email. I want to talk about
Okay.
Allie's Kickstarter. Have you followed
yes.
that at all?
I really thought you were going to say something about
I haven't backed it
Nigerian
yet, but
prince
I've
was
seen it.
contacting you.
Allie hit.
I like her top one,
Uh-huh.
her top backer thing. It was like, we get to go wherever in Chicago, and we'll sit down and like at any coffee shop, and I'll buy you coffee, and we'll hang out for like 2 hours.
Yeah, and she's gonna like if you do $200, she'll actually make a character.
Yeah, no, I saw that. That was cool.
And if you
Comment
pay
on-
$300, she'll yell your name while she chases a duck.
Chases a duck. Penny Arcade there.
Good. This is our friend Allie Cantarella from Chicago, and she has a Kickstarter for her comic that she's doing, The Hasty Pastry. So I'm
That's-
sure if you're
that's
listening to
about
this,
pugs,
you've heard of
right?
it.
It has a pug.
Yeah, and baristas and stuff. And if you're listening to this, you should check it out. It's on Kickstarter, The Hasty Pastry. And I donated, so
serve you coffee.
They're human
Do they have
beings.
pumpkin bread?
yeah, I'm sure they do have pumpkin bread.
Nick wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
Pumpkin bread's
He
really
made a pun.
And no bake cookies?
There's all kinds of cookies.
My favorite status was the one where Allie said she no longer likes pugs.
We all
That
knew
was
that
my
was a
favorite
joke, so
status.
we were just trolling her
Favorite status ever.
with guilt pugs.
Deal.
All the sad pugs
Sad
on.
Every time someone hacks her Facebook, it's been priceless. Because there was the one time with the Nicolas Cage thing.
I don't remember that.
Someone, she left her Facebook logged in at Columbia or something, and someone changed her cover photo to Nicolas Cage and her profile.
Wait, was it the bird hair?
It was crazy Nicolas Cage.
Okay, because I was like, if you're talking the bird hair, we were just talking about that on the way over to.
It was like just the standard insane Nicolas Cage images, and then she changed her status to how much she loves Nicolas Cage. So.
Well,
yeah, and then someone went on there and said
it'd be funny if Nicolas Cage was going to Columbia incognito. She's like, "You're gonna get Nicolas Caged.
Hey, I'm gonna steal.
You like me now? We're gonna be friends.
I'm pledged to your webcomic, and
we're gonna have coffee together.
We're gonna have coffee. And afterwards, we're gonna steal the Declaration of Independence. And we're gonna print it on the back of your comic."
What?
Sorry, Allie, but that's gonna happen. Nicolas Cage listens to this podcast, and he's coming for you now.
He is hearing you talk.
He's gonna come, and he's gonna buy that coffee! Actually, he can't afford coffee. I mean, I know he's in every movie ever, but isn't that because he went bankrupt a couple years ago?
No.
Yeah.
He's a movie star. He's famous.
He's internet famous.
Yeah. Well, he's meme famous. Yeah.
He's everything famous. Everyone knows who Nicolas Cage is. For good or for bad. But he said something the other day that I actually thought was a really valid point. He's like...
He's Nicolas Cage?
No, he says he does some of that overacting on purpose because, like, there's different styles. It's an art, and there's different styles of painting, and there should be different styles of acting.
Well, everyone knows him for that.
Yeah.
He's like William Shatner.
And
Jim Carrey.
I was like, touche, Nicolas Cage. And he's like... also gone bankrupt, and that's why he does all those movies. And then someone stole his Superman #1, Action Comics #1 once, and he got it back, and I think they were going to make a movie about that.
They were
starring Nicolas Cage.
No, actually, like, starring someone else as
What?
Yeah, I think it was going to be starring Andy Samberg from Saturday Night Live, because his Nicolas Cage is so good.
You know that they were going to cast Nicolas Cage as Superman, right?
Yeah! Oh, have you ever seen those pictures?
Yes, they're terrible.
Oh my god, Tim Burton, Superman movie.
That would have been awesome.
They talked about that on Rooster Teeth, didn't they?
Yeah, it was one of the early episodes.
Yeah, they've talked about that before.
But I knew about that before even.
Welcome to the podcast where we talk about Rooster Teeth and compare ourselves to Rooster Teeth and how they're much better than we are.
We are not Rooster Teeth.
We're not.
If only.
Yeah, they have a successful business.
Yes,
I'm
they
sitting next to people who can't get promotions. Like me.
Is that a segue, Dale? Is there something you want to mention, maybe?
Maybe.
Thanks for congratulating me on my promotion.
Oh, yeah, Jenn got a promotion.
Oh, yeah, that's right. No one cared.
Yeah.
Don't high five!
We just did over Dale.
And I didn't get... No one high-fived me for that. They high-fived each other.
All right.
We'll
double high five all the way across the Dale.
Double high five now!
No, we're done.
I hijacked it.
You high five, Jack.
I high-fived it. Okay.
What the hell?
So, essentially, Dale got a promotion.
Yep.
Big deal.
Dale, what was your title beforehand?
Before the title...
Or currently.
Yeah, right now my title is Item Master Specialist.
Now he works the canon.
Now I'm the Item Master Specialist 2.
They let me wear the big guns. I was telling you...
First class Item Master Specialist.
Just put first class.
He's Item Master Specialist 2, The Wrath of Khan.
I was telling Dale how he needs to put chevrons on his arms to designate his rank now.
And then I was like, what's a chevron?
And
it's
I
like
told
it's
him
the little carrot triangle thing that goes on the
No,
sleeves
it's the thing you use
It's
on the Stargate to dial the addresses.
Well, they
The
were
seventh
talking
one
about
brought
that,
them
but-
And then I
together.
called Dale a
The
Girl
Galaxy
Scout.
Dimension, yeah.
Sewing on your patches.
So,
Boy
I
Scouts
think
do
it's...
that too.
No, you have to be a Girl Scout.
No.
They have the best cookies.
They do.
No, I don't trust them.
I want some tag
You told me
No.
I have the best cookies.
You don't.
Your cookies have to
sorry.
learn to stay in the state for them to be the best cookies.
They usually don't make it off the kitchen
I think
table.
you've only baked one batch that have stayed in this state. Everything else has left the state
Yeah.
of the country.
Dale, I
I
usually
won
eat
those
them.
cookies the one time, and then I guilted them into some extra cookies later.
Did.
I was like, I hang out with you all the time, and I only ever got the one cookies that I had to earn.
I've never gotten cookies.
Yeah, well,
And I've been friends longer with him.
Do you like chocolate chip
Dale,
cookies?
you remember the
You like
time
chocolate.
I had that D&D campaign, and I totally baked cookies for that
That
D&D
wasn't
campaign?
no, that wasn't cookies. That was bread with so much frosting it almost killed one of our characters.
They still qualified as cookies.
I don't think frosting with a side of bread.
I like frosting.
No, not this. This thing was like a ball of pure frosting. Well, Jake ate that thing. Yeah.
That was a cake.
That one too. But I'm talking about the gingerbread for the Christmas.
Okay.
You don't remember that?
No, I do. That's what I'm talking about.
That's
I tried to
what
make
I'm
the
talking
dice, but I failed.
You should bring some cookies.
I didn't even know you made dice.
You should bring some cookies for the podcast
For me.
next time.
No, I don't think.
That's not going to end well. It's going to be us just
eating
cookies.
Yeah. He's going to have to try and filter out.
No, you
Welcome
guys
to
can
1
talk.
hour of us chewing.
You guys can talk. I'll just eat all the cookies. It's okay.
Don't even be on the podcast.
So speaking of
Then the
Wizard
cookies won't
World,
even make
I want to talk about the guest thing in Wizard World and how fully panicked I am. So
it's currently whooping DragonCon's butt as far as people you want to
They
see.
got some good stars coming. Just recently they added them.
You know how, like, when we go somewhere, it's like, I'm like, I have to meet these people right away or I'm going to be nervous that I'll miss them for the rest of the...
Nick's just going to have a panic attack the entire
and
time.
how I go the whole time. I have a Serenity poster that at DragonCon I got it signed by Adam Baldwin, Jewel State, and Sean Marr. And at Wizard World in August, Morena Baccarin, Summer Glau, and Alan Tudyk are all going to be there. And there's 9 main cast members. I have 3, and 3 completely different ones are going to be there.
Is that
so
why you're having them signed?
Yeah.
There's only 5 people on there.
Well, there's only 5 on the poster, but there's 9 people in the main cast.
Uh-huh.
But I'm so panicked, like, that I'll miss one of them that I won't even have fun until I have all the autographs. And I have a Marina Baccarin VIP, so I'm guaranteed one of them.
He was in most of the video. It doesn't make any sense.
Are you eventually going to get Joss Whedon's?
If I can.
Yeah, I was going to say
He'll be like the holographic Charizard card. You're never going to get.
I had 2 holographic Charizard cards.
If I complete Wizard World successfully and I have them, and then I meet...
Dale just told me that you should basically give the poster to him and let him sign it.
Yeah, I'm really
he'll have everybody in a week.
I am good at getting rare things for some reason.
Yeah.
I'll bump into Josh Whedon for no apparent reason. I don't even know who the hell he is.
Stop. Did you just call him Josh Whedon?
No, Josh Whedon.
I swear you just said Josh Whedon.
Did you hear Josh?
I think it just runs together sometimes.
Okay.
About it. But
it was perfect because he's like, it doesn't matter, I'll get you Josh Whedon's autograph.
It's just some homeless guy under the bridge.
That's right. That's right, I made the Iggy.
They'll come up and be like, I just talked to that Joss Whedon guy, and I'll be like,
it's just like,
I must drink your blood so I know what it feels like.
It happens a lot. Like the nostalgia critic, I ran into him twice without even trying.
And I randomly bumped into him at C2E2 in 2011. I don't even know where you guys were. I ditched you or something like that.
We didn't care. We saw him twice already.
I probably ditched you long before that.
It was probably when you passed out from not eating or drinking anything.
Yeah, well, I do that.
Are we doing that group again?
I don't.
Which one?
For what?
Being Soap and are you?
I'm Soap. He's
Soap
Ghost.
And Ghost.
He's Price.
Can I be Roach again?
Yeah,
you can.
You have all the
I think she's asking if we're doing it for
Wizard.
Wizard World.
We're not doing it for Wizard.
I'm doing my Firefly stuff because there's 3 Firefly people.
And I'm hoping that I'll have my Hunter stuff all completely finished.
What? Josh, Allie, and Steph.
Yeah, I was just running into issues with the lights because they're too hot, and not like temperature-wise, but I get like hot spots in there, so I'm trying to diffuse the light throughout the panels. So that's why I'm basically stuck. But I have it's like moldable plastic stuff that you basically heat up and you can shape it. And as soon as I'm able to get the shapes of all that stuff, it should diffuse the light enough. And then I just have to paint it and Velcro it.
So, do you think you'll have it done for Wizard World, or do you still think DragonCon?
Well, I want to run it at a con before DragonCon,
so
and that's the only con that I have before that. So, put it away. Put it away. I don't care if it's your roommate and it's okay. Well, you wanted to before we talk about that. Can I just finish up?
Yeah, just
reiterate.
I haven't stopped you from talking.
I know.
Finish what you're saying.
Just put this away.
Pretty light, shiny colors must distract the clever one.
Kevin, just talk.
See the colors, taste the violence. We are doing what is it? It's the 27th today.
Yes.
In 2 weeks from Saturday, I believe. No, Sunday. I'm sorry. July 14th, we are doing the Bristol Renaissance Fair. That's
in
on the border.
England.
Yeah, Bristol, England. No, We're doing that on the Illinois and Wisconsin border. I posted that on Tumblr.
Do you want to tell them how many people you made sad by lying?
I posted the fact that I'm
by?
bringing my Dragon Age stuff. We're like running a Dragon Age kind of event, quote unquote. It's going to be a tiny thing, but on Tumblr, and a bunch of people who follow me thought I was talking about Bristol, England.
A bunch of people that you're friends with in England?
Yeah.
Well, he does have a cult following
That's where all
in
the
Europe.
cookies go.
So there were a lot of people who kind of got upset about that.
Kevin's going to come and hang out with us. Oh, bother, he's not going to come.
So
I was going to buy him some fish and chips.
I would love fish and chips from
And
England.
now England hates us.
Yeah, well, they hate Kevin.
We're going though.
That's England.
Eventually.
Next year,
No.
maybe.
We have to figure that out yet.
Just like we went to the Mexico
Anyway,
trip.
You gotta work on my
Mexico.
tan.
I want to go to Hawaii.
This is my tan.
Hawaii was good. Did you like my lost venture?
Why don't you cram it with walnuts?
So after the Bristol Renaissance Fair, July 14th, if you go and you have a Dragon Age costume, it'd be appreciated if you wore that. But
If you don't, just don't show up.
yeah, whatever. We don't care.
You
No,
don't-
seriously.
Well, that's the way he made
I'd like
it sound, didn't it?
I'd like to meet a bunch of people who listen to us, follow us, or whatever.
I'd like to take a bunch of photos with people too.
Jen would just like to meet someone
I'd like
listens to her.
to hang out. the Ren Fair is always the most fun with a bunch of people, so we're going. Dale and I are wearing our Alistair and Varric costumes from Dragon Age. Nick, you're not going?
No.
You're 100% not going?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
I can't go to that and two cons in August with the amount of money that I don't have right now.
You realize it's like $14.
Yeah, I'm not going to drive.
$14
I'm not
is
doing the driving.
Don't have Starbucks for 3 days.
I'm not going.
That's not gonna happen.
I'm sure you can find money in your
You
account.
could drive to my house and I'll drive us the rest of the way. It's not gonna
I
be a
won't.
big
I
deal.
won't be there. I'll probably be in Illinois already.
But that's even closer.
Yeah.
I know it won't. I won't because I'll be here. But I'm not gonna go. I don't like it that much.
Okay.
I didn't like it that much.
That's fine. That's fine.
I'll go to the cons. I don't
Jenn
want to go.
Jenn is going, and then we're meeting. There's an Abilene who's going.
Supposedly.
Well,
I still
she was
think.
She's
I
at C2E2.
I
She's like,
still
was sad
think
that
she's
there weren't
convinced we're going to England.
there weren't a whole lot of people who were wearing Bioware stuff here. So
There were so many Mass Effect people there that it was like hard to move.
She was
Corky
like,
was wearing Dragon Age stuff there.
was she?
Yeah.
Just one day. She was
Oh.
Femhawk.
Yeah, I think it was like Sunday.
Yeah.
So then we were talking about Wizard World or Chicago Comic Con. That's August 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like the second weekend in August or first.
Yeah,
weekend,
if you
something
see us
like
there, come say hi.
that. Yeah.
Will we like? Yeah,
No.
we remember you.
You
No,
were
just
there.
just hide in the corner and stare awkwardly.
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
Just make sure you take the most stealthily pictures that you can and
Be
then
really
post them.
creepy. Like,
Post them.
I'm always surprised when people do that to us. Like, I'm not surprised when they do it to an attractive woman, but like when they try to take like stealth pictures of you or me or something,
Like,
I'm always like,
somebody did a stealth video when Jen and I were in our
yeah, it's
Snake
yeah.
and Eva costumes.
Well, no,
And they
really.
they zoomed in on her chest and they're like,
Are you
and the
really?
video.
Are you really surprised?
No, see, the video was like Metal Gear Solid, yeah, and they zoom in and stuff like that, and they zoom back out, and they zoom in straight on Jen's chest, and it's like, and then it was end of video.
Did you find that on YouTube?
Yes.
Next time they need to zoom up
Makes
into
sense.
boobs.
Yeah. Well, they're all covered with stabo harness.
Just the way I like them.
Stabo.
Yeah.
Then Dragon Con at the end of August, Labor Day weekend. So.
My first Dragon Con! Woo!
Yeah.
Maybe.
Should be your second.
Maybe.
We
We will.
don't
Someone's gonna get. I'm gonna get married on that day and just not show up at my
talked
wedding.
about marriage
We
things
did.
on the first
Yeah,
one.
I said,
Don't get
If
married.
you get married on a con. I
Don't get
won't
married. That's
because
the quote from
you like
Bly.
to hang out with. No, it's
That's what you said. Don't get married.
just spin you in this chair.
Yeah.
And you'll just spin straight into Jen.
Don't-
Bly is very anti-marriage.
If I know I think I said this before, but if I know someone,
Yeah, they are
And
usually
if
either
they don't-
aware that you go to
if
conventions
they
or they
don't
go with
if
you.
they
so-
don't care enough to have me there to do it, not on a con weekend, then I don't need to go.
Right.
So that's my theory on it.
Fair enough.
Like your brother, Jen?
Yeah. Let's talk about last year Dragon Con where the wedding got moved four
4 times.
And it landed on...
We already did.
Dragon
That-
Con
That's like
weekend.
losing
I think that was losing at roulette 4 times.
Yeah, it's like losing at roulette with like 4 square things.
That didn't make any sense.
It was a
Usually
lovely
you
wedding,
lose at
though.
roulette.
No, you can win or lose at roulette.
No.
He said usually. I'm gonna go with Dale on this one. He did say usually.
Okay, who cares?
Because if you usually won at something, the house would lose in the
And
end.
then they would get rid of the game.
So it's like winning at roulette then.
It's not really a bet.
Fine, Russian roulette. Use that then.
Okay, fine. Who cares?
Me. Hence me bringing it up.
Alright, so let's move on to what you were looking at on your phone. Onto the first segment of, what did we call it? Oh, my roommate.
That's what you did. I was going to go with mythical roommate, but yeah.
Oh, no, I like, oh, my roommate.
Wait a minute. This didn't come up in the notes at our last company meeting. It didn't. There was
This happened. You like doing things on the fly anyway. So
no one brought up a
you
motion
roll
for
up.
an addendum to the podcast.
Shut up and you roll with it.
All right, I didn't even see. Oh no! What is she doing?
She's mowing.
She's mowing the sidewalk. Okay, this is a video, and it's Dale's roommate like hunched with a push lawnmower, pushing it down.
No, it's not a push lawnmower.
It's a self-propelled lawnmower.
lawnmower.
And she's still.
But she's pushing it. She's not having it self-propelled right now.
The front wheels are lifted off the ground, and she's pushing it down the sidewalk.
All right. Now the reason for that is she was trying to push all the grass we cut off the sidewalk.
Okay.
So
she was using it as a fan.
Yes.
Okay.
But that was the same day I was teaching her how to mow the lawn because she never had mowed the lawn before.
And how old is she?
She's my age. She's 28. She's like 4 months older than me or whatever. I think she's having her birthday coming up soon. But yeah, she couldn't turn the lawnmower because she wasn't strong enough to do it. And every time she turned, she'd tip it up, so it's on its rear wheels, and then turn it towards me instead of away from me. So I had moving parts coming at me. And I kept strafing her, and she would always turn towards me, not the other way. And I'm like, okay, if you're going to turn towards me, keep the blades down. Or turn the other way. Nope. And it turned out I had to actually cut most of the lawn. Or show. She would always leave it where she's got that sliver because she doesn't overlap the lanes. And then she would she wouldn't go straight, so there's this zagged lines.
You always overlap the lanes.
The funny thing is that she works out all the time, too.
The way Dale was describing it, I just pictured her limbs aren't able to support themselves in the wind. So they're like the wind socks that just blow whatever direction.
Watch this be the first podcast my roommate listens to.
Dale, you're moving out. What? I'll listen to your podcast.
No, it's going to take a lot more than that for her to kick me out.
She felt so bad she bought you a shirt.
Oh yeah, she did buy me this lovely shirt. It says sarcasm, the body's natural response to stupidity or defense, whatever.
Dale's never sarcastic. Get it? That was sarcastic. Let's get meta here for a second.
All right. Anyways,
Layering it.
She works out. She just runs and does like yoga and stretches. She doesn't do any actual lifting of anything, and which is really funny because I think
today has the flexibility.
I think today someone confused my roommate for their girlfriend.
I saw her it was like Sasquatch. Okay.
Kevin, we have a couch.
Wait.
Jen, are you gonna come live with me now?
No, you turn that back up to 7. Put that back at 7.
No, you're capping out. It's gonna blow it around speaker.
No, that's hilarious. Alright, can I explain what I was trying to say?
You say they both are very hairy creatures.
No, that's not at all what I was going to go for.
And not anyone else believes they exist.
Sasquatch is like, you can't tell because it's like, oh, it's fragment, get a blurry picture. That was basically it.
Jen, you only blurry pictures.
I saw Dale's roommate.
So Dale's roommate
for like a half a second. I'm like, there's Jen.
I weigh like 170. She weighs like 70.
I
can crush her with my pinky toe.
I think she's 110, I believe is the last thing she told me.
I can crush her with my pinky toe.
Kevin just said that Dale's roommate was first photographed in the 1930s by Robert Penn.
Very
much so.
very blurry
That is
picture.
exactly what I said. You ever had a series of blurry pictures? Just
she's like 3 inches shorter than you.
Yeah, don't
you tower
when
over
you
her.
let her
like
mow the
a
lawn,
boy.
Dale, don't let her lag out because suddenly the blades will be in your face.
Yeah, they kind of already
it's
were.
coming.
Oh my god. Yeah, she's not going to be able to mow the lawn by herself. And her
It's
mom...
self-propelled.
Her mom was, they got into this huge fight about mowing the lawn. Her mom wants it mowed every week. And I'm like, the grass is dying. You gotta let it, not mow it. You don't need to mow it every week. It's every other week is the best. But she's like, no, you gotta have it. So they got in a huge fight, and she's like, can you show me how to mow the grass? Because her mom was kind of being a jerk about it. So we tried.
You should tell a story about your watch. I like that story.
I thought I did tell that story.
No, you didn't.
No? Should I, or should I wait? Should I give it to another
Alright, well,
podcast?
I don't think he did on the podcast.
Probably
we've all
not.
heard the story.
Alright, well...
Because I find it creepy.
Do I want to tell...
Why don't you just save it for, Dale's quips?
Yeah.
I was going to say,
Save it for the next
what if the
podcast.
one guy listens to
Just
it
to
and
let
wants
you
his
know,
watch back?
Dale has a really, really nice watch.
Which he
Well,
did not
we're
order.
teasing it now. Why don't you just do it?
Yeah,
Why
just-
don't you
Alright.
say
No,
tell the
keep
story.
it.
Tell the story.
I'm going to be like Bly and not listen to you. Shut up, Sasquatch. Okay, so anyways, I don't live
Does
with...
this mean I don't have to shave my legs anymore?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know you did.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I try.
I thought maybe you got that in the LASIK
I was trying to
thing or
grow it out
whatever.
so I could braid it and make it all fancy.
Yeah.
Like the hippies do with their hair.
No, we
Dreadlocks?
don't talk about hippies. I saw plenty of them at Summerfest.
And they saw you, the
Yeah,
establishment.
they
Okay,
their
so anyways,
weird colored glasses.
my mom lives with my stepdad, my younger sister Caitlin, and my younger brother Brandon. And my mom went to sleep early, and normally they take the dog out before they go to sleep, but they fell asleep early, and she woke up early for some reason and went to sleep on the couch, which was odd already, and no one took the dog out, so they didn't lock the downstairs door. So at 3 o'clock in the morning, my mom wakes up, and she hears someone in the kitchen. She's like, who the hell's in the kitchen at 3 o'clock in the morning? She goes in there, and there's some 20-year-old guy eating chips in our kitchen. And she's like, are you one of Brandon's friends? He's like, no. And she couldn't understand a word. She's like, who are you? And she said he gave her his name, but she doesn't remember what it was. And so at that point, Sandy wakes up, and she starts growling at the guy. And Mom's yelling for Kate and Brandon to get up and get out there, and my mom's like, what are you doing here? And he's like, oh, I'm to chips. Hey, he was just eating chips and just standing. And my mom's like,
Chips, the get out of jail free card.
My mom's like,
It's okay,
okay.
I have chips.
So my mom's like, you have to go home. And she's like, no, it's okay. I'm a nice guy. And my mom's like, well, nice guys have to go home now. It's time to go home. And she's like, no, but I'm a nice guy. And my mom's like, okay, you're a nice guy, but you still have to go home. And so my little
It's cool, you can take the chips.
So my sister Kate walks him down, and apparently he had the shoes nice and neat right at the bottom of the stairs, and it was apparently raining for an hour or two, but he was bone dry, so the only thing we could think of is he was sleeping on their porch for an hour or two, but he kind of left the windows down in his car. So she takes him out to the car, he drives away, and my mom and Kate's like, yeah, his windows were down, but he was dry and everything. She comes back in, and on the banisters this watch. And so I got a watch. And it's a really nice one. It's at least $200,
Moral
$300.
of the story, always leave chips in your kitchen.
Okay.
And leave your doors unlocked.
Well,
magical watch fairies will come in and give you presents.
Well,
only if you leave them chips.
Here's the thing. That's one of 2 times they've ever left the door unlocked at night. And the funny thing is, I want to say a month or 2 months ago, the guy came back looking for the watch, but he didn't come upstairs or anything. He just went to the bottom of the stairs and looked for.
He came in your house again?
At the bottom, yeah, because it's a flat, so there's a bottom living and a top living. So when you come in the door, you can go in the door for the bottom or up the stairs for the top.
split level duplex.
Yeah. That would be a flat.
I just assumed it was the front door of the house.
No. So they're they saw someone down there, and they're pretty sure it was the guy looking for the watch. But we figured chips and breaking and entering equals expensive watch.
You should have been like, I'm sorry, we don't have any more chips. You can go now.
Leave your watch on the floor and we'll throw the chips down the stairs.
Just have a bucket that says watches taped to it and written on it.
Get one of those little bank slots and just slide the watch through and we slide out the chips.
B&B, B&E.
Well, the thing is, my family's lived there for 20 years now. We don't know where the hell this guy came from or why he came to that spot because no one's lived there.
I bet it was just drunk Santa. Like, he was like, "Yeah, grab this watch for
Was he ho-ho homeless?
Not with this watch."
Yeah.
That's the only
It
possession
looks
he had
more
other than his car.
expensive than $200.
I think it was $300 somewhere around there, but it's a really nice watch and it's heavy too. Like it's like 2 pounds at least.
You should carry this while you exercise.
Oh,
yeah.
Weight training.
Yeah, it made me count as step and a half each time.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So, are we like out of things to talk about? Because I've got some stuff.
Well, fine. Go ahead. What was that unboxing crap you wanted to do?
Well, I'm getting to that, but
you do that now.
Yeah,
okay, fine.
now.
So you can get the crazy noise out of the way.
Jen and I went to this Mexican place that's fireplace.
You got a Mexican?
Well,
Taqueria.
yeah, it's Taqueria Buena Vista, and they're delicious food in Wauwatosa. Or West Dallas, I'm
Trouble
sorry.
with the bag?
No, I
Crinkle,
didn't.
crinkle, crinkle.
And,
Yeah.
Anyway, they gave us, we liked horchata, but they were out of it, so we got Coke. They had Coke bottles,
Oh.
like Mexican Coke bottles. So I was like, wait a minute, I can make Nuka-Cola out of this. Because we're nerds, and I'm like, I want a Nuka-Cola thing. I have a bunch of, I saved my bottle caps from like all the root beer I had. So anyway,
I save all my dead cans.
I've got this.
Oh,
What?
Dale just said I save all my bent cans.
The bent tin cans.
Because he had that house full of cans.
He
and
did.
all that.
I had one house, and
So,
I had my bent can.
I've got this one, which is like a clean version.
No offense, but why'd you put it as close to the mic as possible?
So
they could
internet
hear
can
it?
So I
Yeah.
can show you guys.
Oh!
Way to go, Dale.
Just took me out with the light.
And then I've got
That'll
the
teach
weathered wasteland version.
Ooh, you got shot a nipple.
That is really cool.
It looks a little dirty.
Yeah, it's supposed to.
That's a good job. You did a good job.
I wonder who that one's for.
Yeah, who knows?
We're giving that one to Jess.
She's really gonna like you.
She's wanted one for a while, and I had two.
She might stop dating Nick.
Well, she doesn't look like a Sasquatch.
Yeah,
We're okay.
yeah. So I think Nick will be a little more receptive.
So I had.
Kevin?
Yeah, because
I had 2 bottles, and I had double the resources I needed. Because I came in a three pack of lights, so I was like, well, I'll make one for Jess, because she's the biggest Fallout fan I know.
She's the biggest Fallout fan that there is.
Well, she doesn't have one, so
No,
I made her one.
She's
Can you
really
turn
gonna
off
like
the lights
this.
so you can see it?
Well,
I'll write it
it's
down.
like going to turn your computer off, is it?
No.
Okay.
Right? What if I turn my... Oh, yeah, that's really
Yeah,
cool.
and because
That
it's
looks
like
pretty
ground
nice.
down a bit, it glows
just
a
because
little
the
bit
lights
better.
off, what's the difference? It was the
Very
same thing
cool.
we saw
So-
with them on.
Very cool.
The reason that we're turning lights on and off is because there's LED.
Yeah, you know, but I mean,
Panels.
we can still see what.
Well,
it
I'm
is.
not talking about you guys. But in Fallout 3, they have this like radioactive soda called Nuka-Cola Quantum, and it basically glows blue. Stop giving Dale an LED yarmulke.
Sorry.
So I will let you take that one to Jess, and I'm gonna take this one back home.
Yeah, she's gonna like it.
So
Just a bit.
that was the
Well,
one thing I had to talk
here's
about.
the thing, though. Now Jess knows, and it's
No,
going to
she
be
won't
spoiled.
listen to it.
She doesn't listen to
This
our
isn't going to
podcast.
get posted right
So
away.
in other words,
Well,
no
she's-
one
no, she's
listens
listened to
our
Dale,
podcast.
Dale, I am probably not gonna. Well, I'll probably get it up on the internet tonight. But he's going to visit Jess tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going there
So-
tomorrow. She won't listen to it today. But as far as people who listen to it, I know a few do. Allie listens to it. Steph listens to it. Robert listens to it.
I have a feeling they're
Murphy's-
just saying that just to make you happy, so you don't get sad and think no one
I'm
likes you.
paying them all off to make it think that make you think that we have listeners.
If you do
Good
listen
paid
to
hits.
it,
I just like to listen to all of us.
if you do listen to it, go ahead and send me a text when you do.
Yeah, make sure it's as
Do you have
creepy
your
as
phone
possible.
number on there
Like,
too?
I'm
If
listening
they text
to you.
The people who are listening have my phone number.
And Facebook.
what if they don't?
Well,
Like
then they
1-800
they
Nikki
don't
K.
need-
What if it's like a random creeper who just
Of
wandered
the
upon
people
her?
who I mentioned, if you have my number, text me.
What?
Don't make
My
me start
keys?
singing.
No, like your pockets, like
Alright.
abnormally
So
puffy.
while we're
like,
still on the
what's in
subject
there?
of video
It holds more
games,
stuff.
Yeah, video games.
the The Last of Us?
Yes.
Why don't you tell your story?
Oh,
I want to play the first.
Because it's such a good game.
Okay, I went down to Illinois a couple of weeks ago when The Last of Us came out, and I went to Best Buy and bought it, and I brought my PS. Oh yeah, I never faced the microphone. So I went down to Illinois and I brought my PS3 and I bought Last of Us, and I got it all started up and I was playing it, and I got sucked really, really deep into it, and I was playing it nonstop. And the other day I was playing it, and I got fairly midway through the game, I think. And all of a sudden my PS3 turned off. And first I thought the power went out, and then I looked at, and the no signal thing came up on my TV screen. So I was like, no, the PS3 just turned off. I was like, okay, whatever. So I turned it off, and I turned off the back part, and I turned it back on. And I turned it, and the light turned green for a second, and then went boo, and turned orange, and then it started blinking red and orange, and
several other colors you weren't familiar with.
And it wouldn't work no matter what I did. So I Googled it, and I talked to Jay Perkinson from Cosplay for Us All, and he said, and the internet said, that the processor, the solders melt. It's like the orange ring of death, or orange blinking light of death.
So you couldn't go into the system and solder it back in?
Well, okay, I'll just go in and I'll do my circuit board soldering, because I don't even know how to
It's already broken.
Yeah, I don't care.
You already opened it to void the warranty.
Yeah, I opened it.
So you could have at least tried.
No.
You haven't said anything about The Last of Us other than you went to pick it up.
Well,
And it
I'm
broke his
talking about
PS3.
this. I'm talking about the PS3 first. But because, and I pre-ordered a PS4, because I don't just use it for games, I use it for the Blu-ray too, and the Sony makes Blu-rays, and Sony PlayStation is the best Blu-ray player. And it does 3D, and I have a 3D TV, and so I need, at least the PS3.
And it plays games.
Yeah, and it plays games. So
No.
I pre-ordered the PS4. So I didn't. It's like when a cop gets shot. It's like, he was just 2 months away from retirement. And that's what my PS3 is. So I wasn't going to buy a new one, but because my cousin John is awesome and buys 9 of everything, he's like, well, I just have extra PS3s. And so he gave me...
In case the apocalypse hits, and
No,
he's
he
like,
just
well,
buys stuff.
now we have...
That doesn't make any sense. If the apocalypse hits, we're not going to have any electricity.
Yeah,
well, they'll have David out in the yard running a hamster wheel.
No, honestly, what he probably does is because everything he buys migrates to his siblings' rooms.
Honestly, Bill, do you not think that those people have like a generator?
John bought an Xbox for himself.
Well, unless you call it David.
John probably has like 4 generators because he buys more than one.
John bought an Xbox 360 for the main room, and it migrated to Anne's room, and he bought another one, and David took it and went to Green Bay to school, and then he bought another one for his room, and then ended up back in the family room. So that's why he has to buy 5 of everything, because people take his stuff.
Can I, live there for a week and just accumulate things and then leave?
I bet you could live there for a week without anyone noticing.
That is true. I could just hide in that little corner in the basement.
And so, because Last of Us
show up, receive 3 games.
Last of Us is so good that I needed to play it immediately, so I was panicking, and then he gave me that PS3, but I lost my save files, and you can't just move the hard drive over because it has to format that.
I just pictured you doing like Gollum screeches and
I was
clawing at the machine.
I wasn't doing that.
Yeah,
it was
like Precious.
No, it was I was so mad that I didn't do anything. Like, I didn't react. Like, I just was really calm. Like, it all turned off, and it got black in my room, and the lights were off and everything, so it all of a sudden was real dark. And I sat there holding my controller, and I went, well, here I am. Just quoted.
And then the lights came back on, and there were clickers all around you.
No, because the clickers were in the game, and the game was dead.
Yeah, do you remember when you were in the subway and you had to call David? Because you didn't know where the ladder was?
I was playing this one level in Last of Us, and I'm not going to say any spoilers, but it's
really
really creepy.
You're going to be in a subway.
Yeah, you're in a subway.
And there's clickers.
Now Dale doesn't want to play it.
There's clickers, yeah.
Ruin the whole story.
Okay. I'm not too worried. But
I'll end you.
It's really creepy, and I called my cousin because I couldn't find this thing to do, and I wanted to know where it was. And I was like, David, where do you get the thing to do this? And I'm being intentionally vague. And he's like, well, why are you whispering? First off, I was like, there's clickers everywhere. I can't make too much noise. But yeah, I had to restart it, but I'm almost caught up to where I was because I was playing it a lot.
It's
on
very
new
good.
PS3.
Yeah, we haven't played it.
I
in a
just
couple
imagine
years.
you like once the PS3 actually like blew up. You know, you just like put down the controller, just roll over, go to bed, like utter defeat.
That's kind of what happened. Yeah, that's what I did.
But didn't it eat your game? Were you
Yeah,
able to
it
get
ate
it
the
out?
game. I couldn't get the game out, and the internet said you lost whatever game is in there.
That's what I
whenever
was
this
saying.
happened.
You turned the column, you just climbed
No,
it.
I was like,
break
I
it apart.
lost the $60 game that I just bought. I'm sorry, 7-year-old PS3. I don't think so.
he just pops out with like a hammer and a handsaw.
Yeah, I took a
Hammer
little
time.
screwdriver and I just kept unscrewing things. And the more you unscrew on a PlayStation, the closer you get to the disc. It's like,
Well, wait, you thought if you unscrew things, the farther away you might get
No,
to the
and I
disc?
kept
You
getting
got
in
more
there.
layers stuff
Yeah.
popping out.
It just goes the protection
No,
mode.
it is. It's like
It's like a transformer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
it's like you bust through different shields on your way down to get to the disc. It's like I was like digging through it was like a Wolverine digging in like a rabbit hole. It's like I'm gonna get to the rabbit eventually, and I did, and I got my disc out, and I dropped the mic, and I moved on, and I got another PS3, and I started over.
What did you do with your original PS3?
Threw it in the trash.
Oh, okay.
It's where it deserves.
Could have sold it on eBay.
See, you could have the case, and we could use that in a short and destroy one.
Is it
Yeah,
still
we
in the
could.
trash?
You could have went Office Space on it. We could have done
It's
a
not
parody of
gone. I
Office
could
Space.
get it out of the trash.
I would get the exterior.
Okay, I'll do that.
So
And honestly,
parts.
if you're just throwing it away because the solder melted on like the processor,
I'm throwing it away because I ripped it apart to get the disc out.
He voided the warranty.
I voided the crap out of that one. No, it's a
so
really
there's
old-
absolutely no way that it's going to work again. Is that what you're
No,
telling
there's
me?
no way. I destroyed
Alright.
the disk drive. Too.
All right. Somebody somewhere is like, dude, I could have saved that.
I don't care about them. I'm gonna get a PS4 in a couple months.
I'm that dude.
Oh. I don't care about you. I'm gonna get a
You
PS4.
don't need
Whatever.
No, I'm not saying we need it. We already have a PS3. We don't need another one.
Which
Dale, don't even think about it.
We must
Don't
have
think
two.
about breaking our PS3.
No, I don't want.
I just broke the solder connections.
Guess
See
who-
how well you know how to solder.
Guess who voided the warranty?
How am I gonna watch Netflix now?
I don't-
Maybe you shouldn't.
Jen will come after you all knees and elbows.
It blew up. When I get my PS4, I won't care anymore. But I need to beat Last of Us, and I need a Blu-ray player because I need to finish watching the 5th season of Fringe. And when I lost, I was like, well, maybe I'll just watch. Nope, I can't do that. So I started playing Star Wars Force Unleashed 2 on my Xbox because it's just like a kill stuff game where you just run through killing
Get
people.
out your
You had to
rage.
work out the aggression.
Yeah, and
It's
I
your
was just,
exercise.
I was just lightsabering the crap out of stormtroopers, and I felt a little better about myself. If you play that game on easy, you can do some pretty sweet moves.
Why are you
You
looking
said
at
you
me?
had other stuff you wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, that's what I was bringing up, the Last of Us.
Oh, okay.
Jen and I were playing it, but she always has to work in the mornings recently, so...
And I can't play unless Jen's around.
Well, I wouldn't do that to her with that game.
It's really.
You say that about every game on the PS3. I mean, Resident
I'm
Evil.
contemplating, Jen, I'm contemplating
Uncharted.
I still haven't
getting
beaten
Tomb Raider for
Resident
PS3
Evil.
so you can
no.
watch that,
I lost
too.
all my Resident Evil saves too.
So I'll have,
I have it on my
I'll have to
computer.
blow
I have it on
$50
Xbox also.
Oh,
instead of whatever Steam will drop it to.
dead to
Well,
me.
I'll play
when
it.
you play Batman Arkham
That's
City.
true.
You haven't gotten the city yet?
No, we
Yeah,
beat
yeah,
it.
Doesn't
We
yeah.
beat
Arkham,
all of it.
okay.
doesn't Arkham Origins come out in like
Soon.
fall?
Yeah.
Something like
It's,
that.
There's a lot of good
Yeah,
games
it's
coming out in fall.
October 25th, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're like, that's the day after my birthday. And then a couple days later, Battlefield 4 comes out. A couple days after that, you've got... What?
August
Ghost.
has Splinter Cell.
Well, yeah, you have
4
Call of Duty
or
Ghosts,
6,
but there was another... Was it the Lego something or other comes out?
everyone's giving you confused looks.
Splinter Cell Blacklist in August. I'm gonna play.
Yeah, there's a bunch of games like at the end of October, beginning of November. That
Well,
come
of
out.
course, you're coming around the gift
Holiday
buys.
games.
Watch Dogs. I want to play that.
And that's
As
how
soon as
Dale
the new
gets his
system's
birthday
come out.
present.
Yeah.
And Kevin gets his birthday and Christmas presents.
the money I get to buy games.
Just might want to wait until after Christmas this
Yeah.
time.
I'm gonna buy them all before Christmas. I'll buy them as soon as
I'll
they
buy
come
you something
You
that you
know,
won't
out. Yeah, just
buy.
don't buy me games. Just give me money.
You said something before that I was talking about how.
I thought we weren't getting gifts anyway because we were gonna go to England.
England's not a gift.
Well, that's not till summer.
It is summer.
No, a year from now.
Like June next year. He said to go in February. I'm like, it's too cold.
It's cold in
That's when our anniversary is.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're a little more north.
They're north.
Right, but I mean, I'd rather go in June than in February.
I'd say it's about the same temperature, the same climate.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't. You're wrong. It's more north. It's colder in England than it is here.
Like Canada.
Yeah, it's in. I want to find a.
It's not the same. It's not the same climate though.
No, it's not the same climate as we were not in the same belt.
It's not even the same time zone.
I know that.
Yeah, summer comes 3 hours earlier for them. No, it doesn't. I'm just fucking with you.
But yeah, some of the attractions are.
They're in a different belt than we are.
Different belt.
I mean, latitude and longitude.
Yeah.
Jen's final point was, well, there's going to be more stuff open in the summer, and I'm like, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
So when is the best time to go?
Probably when it's summer there, I would think.
Well, but then you're gonna have a whole bunch of tourists already.
That's what I was thinking of.
You can go in the winter.
Some of the attractions aren't open.
Are you going? Where are you going?
What do you want to see?
She wants to do all the Doctor Who things.
Yeah, you're going to go to Cardiff. That's not the same as going to London.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so just figure out what you want to see and when it's open.
The touristy stuff is probably the same in Cardiff all year round.
Because of Doctor Who.
Because of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Not playing Doctor Who anymore!
I am always playing Doctor Who a little.
Where's your sonic screwdriver?
It's in my coat pocket.
I've got people I can ask to, like, what are non-touristy things to do?
What
are you proud of?
But you will be a tourist.
Right.
Yeah.
And you want to see things that are famous
I know, but like in Hawaii, it was always like the same stuff, the same gifts. You know, that I had to actively seek out
that you
new
got
gifts.
for us.
Yeah. That it was actually difficult to find things that weren't the same across the island. Yeah.
Well, as long as we like it, we don't care if it's the same.
I know, but Nick, you got a Stingray wallet.
It is pretty sweet.
That was the only place that I saw that had Stingray wallets. Dale, you had something from a koa tree, which is like a revered
and
tree
shark teeth.
You're not even wearing it today.
And
You
shark
usually
teeth,
wear it every day.
Broke again.
My wallet is made out of
I got
stingray.
Dead stingray.
And for some reason, that makes it flame retardant. So apparently stingrays are flame.
In fact, it looks...
Except you try to light a stingray on fire. I'd love to see that.
It's flame resistant because it's underwater.
Maybe that's what happened to...
Yeah, maybe Steve Irwin.
Yeah, that was a...
That's why blowtorch down there in the stingray.
No, weld the stingray to this other stingray. Well, that didn't work at all. That just made it angry.
He was going to weld it to an alligator so it would be a whole new type of monster.
That he could annoy by poking it.
Yeah.
Oh, crikey. This one's really
We're going to call this a scorpigator.
Scorpigator.
Raygator.
Yeah. Raygator.
Yeah, I see it. I saw it when you were originally talking about it.
Gatorade.
I didn't see it. What is it?
It's just a world
It's
map
like
where it's
Canada.
showing... basically...
How far north it is.
I mean, Alaska wins for the northern part, but, I mean...
Because, right here.
Yes, we
Next
have.
to-
That's why it says United States of America there.
Oh.
Yeah,
Because
that
that's
does.
Michigan. I'm pointing to
Dill,
Wisconsin.
I see apostrophe Murica.
America?
No,
And then they can tease us about our accents.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'd be careful, Bly. I hear American accents are pretty sexy over there.
You sure?
As long as you don't speak like an idiot.
You're
That's
gonna
the
pick up
thing.
some gay guys?
We're from the north.
Because Lucky's coming your way.
I know. Lucky's been coming my way a long time.
Aye,
I've been
laddie,
dodging
you
him.
want more lucky in your charms?
It depends how charming they find the letter O.
Would you like to put your hand in my pot of treasure? Oh, no, Lucky, I'm good.
I think that's the main northern accent thing. Is the O's.
It's expensive over there here. Like, you don't eat at restaurants,
Well-
you eat at cafes, you stay in like hostels, or you rent like a flat.
Well,
you
it's
rent a
also
hotel.
it's a small island. I mean, everything's cramped in, so of course everything's going to be more expensive.
Well, even over in Europe, things are more expensive.
It's still a cramped area.
The
I
euro
don't
is
think-
going to crash. It's going to explode.
Invest in gold!
Invest in
Ooh,
double
roundabouts!
I haven't gotten that far.
Yeah, this is
Joel.
Joel.
Joel saying that we should all go to gold.
Another
Just buy
Rooster
gold.
Teeth.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I didn't get that
Yeah.
far. They were
Sorry,
just...
yeah, I'm sorry. I'm going to talk about Rooster Teeth. They're in my ear all day long. Like, I hear Bernie talking when I sleep.
Yeah, it's not creepy at
He's
all.
like, hey, go get the new Red versus
It'd be
Blue
funny
Blu-ray.
if your dad walked in the middle of the night and was just eating gummy bears. Pulling the bag.
The gummy bears.
And just start sleeping.
Everyone
out
should
of
listen to
nowhere.
the Rooster Teeth podcast. It's the funniest thing.
They're entertaining.
Most of the time.
Aren't they glad that they got our endorsement? Like, oh.
Yeah, now they'll really be number one in the
Yeah.
pod. They'll beat NPR.
When they all start following me on Twitter, I'm going to be
We're
scared.
gonna jump you up, Bernie Burns.
Take your lumps.
Oh boy.
No.
I haven't seen your Malcolm Reynolds coat yet, and that
Hey,
detailing.
you have. It's right there.
Yeah,
No, I mean until today.
Yeah,
Wow.
in pictures on Facebook.
Since he's
You
gotten
can't
it, he hasn't.
see
Yes, you
detail
can.
Let her
as
touch it,
well.
then she can say I haven't touched it yet.
come touch it.
I haven't touched it. It's
Come
all the way
feel
over
it.
there.
Yeah,
It's
no,
like-
if she gets up, she's gonna cause so much racket. See?
Whoa, whoa,
like
whoa,
small
whoa!
child.
Watch out for Tom Servo.
Oh, I thought that was like a retarded Dalek.
You're a retarded Dalek.
No, that's the
You're
Dalek.
Dale K.
I am
Dalek.
the original Dalek.
There's
What
a
are you
dog
talking
right
about?
there.
There's a Dalek.
Actually, my dad's the original Dalek.
Sure.
Because you're junior.
No, I'm not a junior. You
Dale's
people
one of the-
suck at understanding what
It's your
constitutes
middle
a junior.
name.
Dale's one of the Dale's one of the new Daleks that are like red and
That can walk up. That can go upstairs.
Yeah.
They're not
The
defeated
Hummer
by
ship.
broken escalators.
So we're almost at an hour. So are there any final thoughts that people want to say?
I think we should go for 2 hours.
No, we're not going for 2.
I
No, I have
didn't
to-
think
He has to be up at
I have
6.
to work.
so
I have
have-
to work at 6.
Yeah, he has
Oh, he has to work at
Ooh.
6.
Yeah,
Up
at
at
this
5.
point,
But
he
you
might
live
as well
like
not
5 minutes
sleep.
away.
Surprised you're not.
I work 2
I'm
minutes
surprised
away.
you don't walk to work.
Why
or
would
bike
I walk?
to work.
You can't
Well,
go through the woods. There's too many mosquitoes.
You
I
can.
could ride
you
my
just
bike. I
shouldn't.
don't want to. Sometimes at lunch I go to Starbucks.
You know, maybe you should,
that
so
was-
you can work on your exercise.
Ultimately, that's what I
regimen.
told Jen. I was like, he goes to Starbucks. That's probably it.
They all give me money. We have our little lunch club at work. It's me and Ted and John and Scott, and they give me a pile of money, which usually covers my coffee, as long as I go and get it and bring it back.
That's
What's
how
the
we do it
travel
at work
expenses?
too.
Uh-huh.
Someone does a Starbucks run.
Yep.
All right.
I just get free stuff at work.
Yeah, and you give it to us.
If I don't want it, yes.
Yeah. Blueberry muffins.
I got free
Chocolate
tickets to
covered
I'm
summer.
just going to stop the podcast
You got
right at
free-
blueberry muffins.
You
Everything
got
else that we
free
say
tickets
right
to
here.
Summerfest?
Maybe.
Do you want to go?
I already gave them away.
Because he doesn't want to go to Summerfest.
All right.
Because now I have to go with Kevin.
No,
Would you rather
Yes.
go with the Sasquatch?
I would
just
rather
kill
go
it.
with a
I'm seriously going to
Sasquatch.
cut it off
No.
the blueberry muffins.
Are you?
No.
Okay.
We
Blueberry
gotta
muffin.
talk about something important, so we can't cut it.